I still got it wrong. I know. We're so glad you're here. I'm Lynette Romero.
I'm Adrian Arambulo. Yeah, even mentally already, I'm saying like it's already February. Right?
Yeah,
because
January. It's been a tough month, you guys.
Yes,
it's a tough month.
Start to the year, for
tough
sure.
start. We're ready to start a new month.
And I don't know. I guess I still feel off. You know, it's like I felt like it was a little bit warmer this morning, but you're saying it's colder. So it's just like, yeah, we need to just get a fresh start. And,
I agree.
Yeah, you know, and thankfully the weather is quiet. I think a lot of the reason why it felt so long was because the weather was so active as well. So the weather is really quiet as we transition into February. And today is going to be a great last day of January. So let's embrace that and have a great day. The view right now from satellite and radar is showing a lot of activity up to our north. That's where there's rain. That's where there's snow. But we're going to get the high cloud cover from that system. It's actually going to be a little warmer for us as we step into the afternoon hours. Satellite and radar over our area isn't showing too much. In fact, yesterday we had a lot of cloud cover. We had the marine layer, so acted like a little blanket. But today, Mother Nature took off the blanket. So it's colder. The numbers this morning are starting off in the 40s and 30s for lower elevations and even colder in the deserts and mountains. Now, during the afternoon, we'll have a bit more sunshine with some high passing clouds, and the temperatures are expected to be warmer. Yesterday, we barely made it out of the 50s. Today, highs are going to be in the 60s in some spots, coming close to 70 degrees. So enjoy this last day of January. Coming up, we'll take a look at what's in store for the start of February. All right, let's talk about traffic. Hi, Robin.
Hi, we have some slow traffic in store for the 210. There's an accident here that's still active in Monrovia. It's counter commute east 210 at Myrtle. There's debris scattered across the lanes there, but there's a lot of slow traffic going west. That's the opposite direction of the crash. So get out there early if you can. We are looking at 20 minutes and growing from Glendora heading over to the 134 split, which is still not bad, but normally it's not that sluggish at 4:32 in the morning. The 10 is wide open. The 60, a stall cleared west 60 at the 5 split. So it's under 20 minutes for the drive coming out of Diamond Bar. That's good. Heads up for road work south 101 Benton Way. Lanes reduced until 6. It's all backed up there. We'll check that traffic alert in South LA coming up in a bit. Lynette, Adrian, back to you.
All right, Robin, thank you. For 525 pounds. Whew.
It took a while to get them out, but yeah, you were mentioning how these fires, they impacted our wildlife as well. I mean, you look scared.
Yeah, coyotes, bears, you know, all of the animals that kind of had to come down.
You saw the, was it mountain lions with the cubs, right? Remember that video?
Yeah.
Right, and you never see you very rarely see the cubs.
Yeah,
so.
It's a tough time.
Well, thankfully, we don't have any winds in the forecast. The fire danger is staying low. And now we're getting into this, I mean, it took a while, but now we're getting into this groove where we're starting to see this wet weather more often in our forecast. Storm earlier this week, got another storm next week. So let's walk you through all the changes, everyone, and temperatures that feel more seasonal for this time of year. This year, we needed sweaters, the jackets, or this week rather. Look at Riverside, where on Wednesday we had 61. Yesterday was a chilly day. Many of us didn't even make it out of the 50s because the cloud cover was so stubborn. And today we're going to see a bit more sunshine mixed in with some high clouds. We're looking at a high of 67 today in Riverside. So we're going up. Everybody's going up. The temperatures are going to look a little something like this. And this is what I'm tracking. Adios, January. Goodbye. Today is going to be a cold start for this last day of the month. But during the afternoon, the temperatures will be milder. And then over the weekend, the temperatures are going to keep warming up just briefly. And the weather will continue to stay dry. Now it's next week when we have the opportunity to see some rain and more wintry weather in our area. Now the high cloud cover is going to continue to stream over us because of a storm that's up to our north. Look at the hour-by-hour forecast in Orange County. You've got 40s this morning. It's starting off colder. And there you see that high cloud cover late this morning during the early afternoon. At noon, 61. Temperatures will manage to get into the mid-60s during the afternoon. And then once the sun goes down, temperatures drop back down to the 50s. It's cold in the deserts right now. You have 20s and 30s. So you'll need the seat warmer in the car, the heater. This afternoon, highs in the 60s, and in the mountains, temperatures will be in the 50s. Now look at the Inland Empire. Some spots will be in the upper 60s. I'm looking at Lake Elsinore, at San Bernardino, mid 60s everywhere else. So overall, it's looking like a nice day, a nice way to finish off the month that's been so active for us. So we're in Orange County, upper 50s at the coast, mid 60s inland. Now, because of that high cloud cover that we have, that inhibits the low clouds and the fog from developing. So I'm not seeing any issues when it comes to visibility or fog. 60s over in Ventura County, mid 60s in the San Fernando Valley through Santa Clarita. And here's your day in LA. It's going to be a great one. Just hang on to a sweater during the afternoon. Now, a reminder that we continue to see an ocean water closure at the coast because of the runoff from the storm that we had earlier this week. And it's just bringing down all of this fire debris into the water and unfortunately causing some very toxic water quality. Even the sand may contain some chemicals, so stay off of the sand as well. Now, here's a look at the 7-day forecast. We're going to jump into it, and you see how we're going to hang on to some high cloud cover over the weekend. That's not going to get in the way of us warming. We'll have 70s by Sunday for the basin in Orange County, sticking with those 70s on Monday, and then the temperatures start to cool into Tuesday. Wednesday right now is when we have the best chance of seeing some rainfall. It could linger through Thursday. The Valley's the Inland Empire looking at 70s possibly this weekend, mid 70s for the Valley. And something that I need to tell you about next week, that storm system, it's still a few days away. So when it comes to intensity, timing, rainfall amounts, we need to give it a few more days for these weather models to give us a better vision of what's going to happen. The high desert, 70s this weekend. It's going to be windy. You might have some issues traveling through there. The low desert will hit the 80s on Sunday and stay there through early next week. And in the mountains, 50s and 60s this weekend. Next week with that storm, it's going to be a warm system, so the snow level is expected to stay high, not anticipating any snowfall, but we'll take the moisture if it comes. Hopefully it'll be light. That is your weather. Now, the traffic, that's heavy. Here's Robin.
Yeah, it's not light at all. It was a pretty good commute before this crash popped up in South LA. Oh, we just lost our camera. It times out. They only last for so long. But that was a Caltrans camera giving you a live look at the backup on the southbound side of the 110. So what's causing that backup is this crash from the 3 o'clock hour near Century. It involves a car and a big rig. It's an overturned crash. The 2 right lanes are still closed. So that traffic alert remains in place, and you see what it's doing to your commute. So if you can get on the freeway after Century, great. If not, leave as early as you can. You may even want to stick with surface streets. That camera was over at Manchester. So that is your backup. Street Vision heading in that direction. Hopefully we'll be able to take a live look, a closer look at that crash coming up a little bit later. I saw Street Vision roll through a slowdown here because of the construction that I've been telling you about. Southbound 101 near Benton Way. This will go on until 6, so it's going to be a little sluggish through that construction zone, but as soon as you pass it, the rest of the trip on the 101 South looks good. North 101 looking good too. The 210 is recovering from an earlier crash, which is actually eastbound, but it backed up westbound traffic, so eastbound is great. It was over in Monrovia. The westbound commute picking up 22 minutes and growing. Glendora to the 134 looking good on the 10 and the 60. More freeways and drive times coming up a little later. Adrian, back to you.
Robin, thank you. Well,